Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope you have had a fantastic week. It's a Friday again. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, the time just flies by and it's filming tonight. So we've got loads of energy going around. And who else best to come and talk about energy that the actually mind whisper, right? Hello, Dawna. How are you, Dawna? So you're the mind whisperer, right?
Yes, that's the name that I've been given out in the world. So just like a dog whisperer or a horse whisperer, what I do is I work with people changing their behavior by changing how they felt about things in the past in
Mm.
their mind. So, yes.
It's all connected, isn't it? You say also you're bringing a heart-centered approach to things, but tell us a little bit about your background because I feel you and I we have a bit of a similar path. Working very much with corporate kind of things, and suddenly let's bring a bit of heart and let's bring a bit of care. Let's bring a bit more of a holistic approach to things. So tell us a
Yeah.
bit, what was your background? Because you were quite doing quite a lot in financial services and corporate before that, before you started your own business.
Yes. I grew up near the poverty line in Silicon Valley in California, and that had such an impact on my life. I became so incredibly passionate about helping other people and their children have opportunities like I didn't have growing up, like sending their children to college. And that led me to a career to financial planning. And so I was a financial advisor and a managing principal of an investment firm for about a decade. And I was managing $500 million dollars of other people's money. Well, over that time, my health broke down. I couldn't digest food for several years. My marriage ended because that was full of anger and infidelity. And then it was during the global recession, I took a year off to uncover some of these energy patterns, the mind body connection, meditation, brainwave patterns. And when I went to re enter the workforce, I was unemployable no matter how many securities licenses I had, being a single parent of two kids. So I was left financially devastated during that time. And all of that happened like in 4 to 5 years. And so
Wow.
I made a promise that if I was kept safe with my children, I would move forward. I would study this healing path. I would become a healer. And here we are 12 years later, learning the secrets from other natural healers like medicine women and shamans and yogic healers, and sharing these in the world now because it's the foundation of empowering yourself to gain that infinite prosperity.
Wow, wow, what a journey, right? It is. We say, we need to, we're learning by our mistakes and the things that we fall down and then you move forward again. But that was a huge kind of a life changing, transformational, really, for you.
Yes, it was. It was like night and day. They're like, how do you get from financial advisor to healer? And it's like, well, I got to be my own first client. So, yes.
This is it. This is it. Absolutely. This is it. So tell us a little bit about, because this is something that, I love talking about and how our emotions and our thinking and our behavior are all connected, right? And this is so simple, but at the same time, it's so mind blowing when you really get it.
Yes. And Nikola Tesla, he said, if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. And that's exactly what we are. We are wave patterns, but we're also particles. And our emotions and feelings drive our behavior and our thoughts that we have. And so I learned from a medicine woman, if you shift and changed how you felt about something, then it would create a new pattern in the subconscious brain to have new behavior and new experiences. So it's all how the law of attraction and the law of magnetism works. Your subconscious records everything as an event from the day that you're born to the day that you exit this earth. And it's assigning feelings and emotions to those events. Now the problem is we are only aware of it 10% of the time. Scientists measured Albert Einstein's brain, and his awareness level was 10%. So the other 90%, we have these feelings and these emotions, and they just leave our energy field magnetically attracting that back. And if your thought is not in alignment with how you're feeling, you're never going to have what you're asking for. So, a lot of people say, I want to have money and abundance, but yet they feel lack and less than. That creates a disparity. They're going to return to them lack and less than, not the abundance that they're asking for. So, what I do with people is I realign that 90% that's in the subconscious to what they're asking for, the abundance, and then they get results 100% of the time.
Yeah. And I think it's just so as simple as waking up in the morning and choosing to be in happy, full of energy, and instead of opening the window and oh it's raining, oh it's going to be a terrible day, oh, and then everything's
Exactly.
going down, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's that those simple little daily routine that you're teaching people, isn't it?
It is. And it's also reprogramming that part of the subconscious because, on a deeper level, how you think and feel about yourself is how money responds in life. You are an energy being, and money is a form of energy. So, money in itself, I say, is emotional because by itself, it's not doing anything, but it's the emotions and the feelings that we have that propel that money into action. And I was making correlations working with my client base over the last several years. Clients were saying things like, I just want to know that I was worthy and that I was valued or appreciated. And it clicked. Those are the same words we used as financial advisors. Here's your net worth. Your portfolio value is your assets appreciated, or maybe they depreciated. And do you have enough money for XYZ goal? And if you didn't feel like you were enough on the inside, you didn't have enough money on the outside to fund the goal every single time. So money is highly emotional, and it's the outward energy of who we are to what is happening.
And again, like you said previously, especially well with money, with a lot of things, it is those pre-programming. So from childhood, that you're seeing your parents using those sentences or saying those things or living a certain ways, and then subconsciously you kind of grew up like this, isn't
Mm.
it? It really is a very deep change that needs to happen there.
Mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. And a lot of what we've learned about ourselves and who we are and how we respond in life does come from the people who raised us, our parents, our grandparents. There might have been some siblings, there was teachers, and there was an energetic learning. Because from about the age of 2 to about 7, you're predominantly in a theta brainwave. So you're absorbing and learning everything energetically, maybe even just before that. So that's how we learn to walk, we learn to talk, we repeat patterns, nobody said do this, do that. But we play out what was modeled to us, and that includes money in that.
Mhm. Yeah. So do you focus quite a lot on money? Obviously, you've written a book about money. The Financial Fit, isn't it? That's the title of your book.
Yeah.
When did you publish it? Why did you publish it? How does it help people?
Right. Financially Fit came out earlier this year in February, and it was a bridge between the financial world and who we are as energy beings. Because what I was noticing working with clients was no matter what area as a healer I was working with them in, it might have been something in their health, it could have been something on a relationship that they were wanting to change about themselves. Their money supply, their financial situation also always improved because I learned that the universe is an all or nothing kind of place. So if you have resistance in one area of your life, the universe is going to return to you resistance in every area. But if you were sending out signals of, I'm abundant, I'm prosperous, then the universe would bring that back to you, and then it would come back to you in the form of money. So there's 3 areas clients usually want change in. The first category is health. which has everything to do with happiness, because if you don't have your health, you're not going to be very happy.
No.
The second category was wealth, because it's all about prosperity and abundance. And
Mm,
prosperity and abundance to me is all things in life, not just monetary money. And then the third category was relationships, because whether it's a relationship with yourself, a lifestyle, your family, your partner, your children, we're all looking and seeking for that love.
mm,
And wealth is the first category that I chose to write about because of my background of being a financial advisor and helping people with those opportunities. I'm in the process of writing the second book, which is on relationships, which will come out next year. But for today, I'm in the first category of wealth. Health will be the last one that will come out. So it's a 3-year plan of putting
yeah.
out all 3 books for it.
Oh wow, that's just fantastic. And I think, well, when we first talk, I mean, looking at what you do and how you do it, and with the bring the feng shui into the workplace or bringing the feng shui into an environment, I
Yes.
found that we were so aligned because I'm kind of saying exactly the same words, but from the
Yes.
outer energy. And
Right.
then you completely working with the inner energy, and both of them work together. Because if
Do.
you have, if you're doing work inside, but then your environment is a mess, or is a, you can't find anything, and it's, you're completely blocked outside, you're not going to be able to move forwards, as much as quickly as what you should be. And it's so interesting to bring to really realize that power of that energy throughout.
Yes. I believe you also touched on a very important point, because energy does go both ways. So I do look at things from an inside out approach, because when you shift and change things on the inside, it will influence your outside world. But
Mm,
your environment, where you're living, your house, the city that you're in, you will take that energy in, and that will also influence how you feel on the inside. It's a two-way street, because
mm,
I live here in Montana. I'm usually outside, there's trees, there's nature, but when I go to the city, I can feel the energy of the city coming in, and then the stress or the more worry and pressure. So where you live, what you're doing, all of those things influence, and it creates a circle. And you can use the outside world to influence a little bit on the inside, and the inside world to change the outside world.
yeah, it just is just very, very powerful, isn't it? That kind of that real alignment with
Yes.
things and energy, and within our home, but within ourselves as well. It's what it's all about. I've read a quote that you've written, and
Yep.
you said, "Live the life you love and love the life you live."
Yes.
It's so
Absolutely.
powerful,
Yes. And it's simple. Very
right?
simple. You live the life that you love to live, and you love to live the life that you live. Um, it's all about creating that balance. And when you love your life, you're going to have the happiness.
Mm,
Prosperity is just natural, abundance, all of those things. But if you're not living the life that you're wanting to live and you don't love it, chances are there's stress, there's worry, there's anxiety, there's pressure, the emotions that we don't want to be in. So those are the things that we need to energetically correct
mm.
in the subconscious, so you can truly love the life that you created. Because after all, you're the only one responsible for the creation that you have for your life and the experiences you choose to have.
I'm just stopping because I just love hearing you talking about it. It's just really like I'm getting goosebumps just listening to you. So you've done quite a few studying. So again, when I look at how I've come around and I've discovered feng shui and the other modalities that I kind of bring into it, whether it's NLP or emotional intelligence, you've got quite some interesting kind of studies, haven't you? You studied medicine, woman. You studied shamans. You studied Buddhism as well. You studied with the Buddhist monks. Where, or how did you? Why? How did you all kind of start one and the other?
Right? Um, Studying with all those different natural healers, it happened spontaneously. And no, I didn't have to really travel a whole lot to find the people. They just showed up in my life spontaneously. So the first one was the Buddhist monk. And what he taught us, he showed up in the town that I was living in, and I was doing these meditation classes. And I went, I think I'm going to study with him for a little while. So I kept going to his weekly class. And one time he had us do a walking meditation. And for about 20 minutes, we had to walk in a circle. And then he sat us down and he said, "This is a metaphor for life." And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you guys were very responsive and you very mindful about how far you were in front of someone, how far behind, where your feet placement were, what was all around you." And he said, "Meditation isn't something you do, it's a way to be. It's a state of being and to live." He's like, it's like being the meditation in your life. And I related it to, it's like becoming the prayer that you prayed. You became the prayer. And I was so intrigued. That was one of the reasons why I chose to go live at the ashram from that, because I wanted to know how to embody this state of being. And when I left the ashram, where I moved to, I just happened to have met a medicine woman. And I, was home here in Montana, and I was talking to some people in India. And the next thing I know, I'm studying with a yoga healer. So it just happened. It was spontaneous. And in addition to that, I also studied Western healing modalities that gave me form and structure, so I know how to do what I do. And I put it all together and then combined it with science and physics and all my other studies. And now I have the name the Mind Whisperer.
This is it. And I think that that's that mixture of things. And this, when it becomes that holistic,
Yeah.
because you're putting all the learnings that you've done together, because they all make sense, they all align with each other, they all
Yeah.
work together. I've just obviously I know about Reiki and I know about chakras, but I've just discovered the Hawaiian shamans and the Hawaiian ways to do it. And so I'm kind of learning this at the moment. And again, it's suddenly so powerful and it resonates with me. And it just like, you just want to learn so much more because you absolutely love, you absorb all the information. And how can I help my client with this? This is just the power of it, isn't it? Just putting it all together to really
It
give
is.
the clients that we have in front of us an amazing experience, mind-blowing experience, right?
I always believe we're students of our own career and that we're always learning. And then everything that you learn, you keep the pieces that make sense, that interconnect with everything else that you're already doing. And it just adds that much more power to what we do as people.
Mm-hmm. And it comes back to live the life you love, right? Love
Absolutely.
life, because if you're doing something you're passionate about, you love about, you can help people with, you just love what you do and you live that life, that fantastic life, which is amazing. Which, when you think about all them years back when you were working in that environment was stressing you and overwhelmed, and you couldn't kind of really cope with it. It's just such an incredible balance bit, well, not balance, shift between one and the other.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Very, very much so.
Oh, Donna, so I understand you are actually working on a little something that is coming. So it's kind of following your book, isn't it? And so you're preparing a little workshop at the moment, which is called Financially Fit, right?
Yeah, it's the Financially Fit program that goes with the Financially Fit book. So you can live the secrets of an abundant and prosperous life, but also have the power to gain infinite prosperity.
So if people wants to actually know more, is it? Did you say it's just 1 hour workshop, or and then you've got a group coaching following on that, isn't
Uh-huh.
it? That's
So,
correct.
what I'm putting together right now currently is in a 1 hour pre presentation so people can learn about the program. But the program I do have, it's already written, it's a 2 day intensive. And on the first day, we talk about how the strategies that I learned from a medicine woman, I put it into two blocks. The level one of the pivot and shift strategy, where our past programming comes from with our parents, how you really feel about money, how to start making some of those shifts. And then on the second day, we take that, we magnify it, we discover, release, and transform the energy. And then also each day, we're going to be doing a custom meditation. So as you guys go through the process, I'm going to be putting together the things that you need to release and put in the parts that you want to start creating from. And I'll lead you in a custom, your own custom meditation in the group. And then of course you get access to the Financially Fit program on Facebook. It's a private group and some other fun perks like that as well. But it's 2 days.
Wow, that's fantastic. That looks like an amazing couple of days with you. And so, are they going to be? How are you doing that? You're doing virtually now, or are you starting doing some live work as well?
Right. So the first time or two I'm teaching, it's live digital. So it'll be through Zoom, but I will be live teaching. And then here in the fall, as I'm going out onto the stage, sharing about the program and talking about it, I'm going to be setting up different workshops where we'll be doing those live in person. And so if you come to a digital event, know that you'll be able to come to the live event for as a VIP. So that'll be part of those perks, doing it digitally first.
And I also noticed that when you're doing a little event or you're doing something a bit special and you're giving something to your audience as well as a little gift and creating little hearts, it looks like.
Yes, yes, always.
Some little crystals. So crystals are so powerful as well, aren't they? Do you work with, a lot with crystals?
I do, and I do teach crystal courses. One I wrote, which is about the energy of crystals, how it works, how to program them, how to work with them, and create your own personal crystal grids because they amplify the power. And another course that I teach is also about remote viewing of the soul. So it's a way to put a crystal grid around the person for astral travel, astral projection, reviewing past lives, past regression. And so I teach those two courses, but crystals are a lot of my life because my logo is, it's a theta symbol with a green heart. Because we always want to be in a certain brainwave frequency with the heart-centered healing to create that coherence. And then the heart chakra is green, so I have green hearts like everywhere. And once you create, I always say, create a beautiful heart. When that happens, you start to become crystalline or a crystalline energy. And so all of these features and all of these things kind of interconnect with it as well. But I do give out crystal hearts with people, and I program them for happiness, prosperity, and love, and a pure frequency of 528. And then anything else that the person needs to have for that. And then when you touch it, use it, meditate with it, it helps you and it infuses with you, and it starts bringing in the energy for you that you've been asking for. So whatever your need is in the moment, it will help you start attracting that. And that's how the crystals are set up and programmed. But it's just one more thing that we can do energetically to share in the love that we want to be in the world.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And also the color of your logo, it's such a green, it's such a beautiful green that you've got. So, in the Feng Shui, we talk about the five elements and the wood element. It's all about growth. It's all about developing. It's all about, going up and really kind of sharing your message. So it's a beautiful way to, to
Yes.
have that color as part of your logo. Definitely.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Green is like the color of life when you think about it, the trees, the grass, and then of course in the United States our money is green. And the symbol for money, sometimes we talk about our money trees, and you see money hanging off as leaves on the trees and all of that. So it's all about the energy of life. And because it resonates with the heart, it's about the energy of life, which is love. And it's this love energy to share in everything.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Just before we go, Dawna, can you just share maybe one little tip that people could do something perhaps before they go to bed or before they get up, or something to kind of get them going, or something to get them releasing a bit of energy? Is there something that, you can share?
Yes. What I would have you do, my best tip here is write in a happiness journal. And whether it's a notebook or a nice fancy journal, what you're going to do in this is look back throughout your day and write down all the moments where you found your happiness. Because that's the number one thing. People think often money will make me happy. If I had this, I'll have more happiness. And that's not true. Happiness is on the inside. And I know people who have lots and lots and lots of money, millionaires, who are going, what makes me happy? I have everything in the world and I'm not happy yet. So at the end of the day, if you write down the things that create happiness for you, then you will know what to replicate the next day and the next day, and you'll see some patterns emerging. And you might be surprised that it's not material items or things that came into your life that way, but more about the relationships and how you felt in the relationship and how you can make the world a better place, whether it's having a store clerk smile so they're nicer to the next 5 or 6 people, or you might have received a letter in the mail from somebody that you haven't heard of from a long time. So write down all your happy moments, because happiness creates more happiness. And if you focus on happiness when you go to sleep, you're going to create more happiness while sleeping, and you'll wake up in a better mood every single day.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. That's just so powerful, isn't it? And when you feel good as well and you feel happy, you release all those happy hormones, isn't it?
Yes. You get
Oh, it's just
endorphins and you feel better every single day.
absolutely. So let's just do it more. Absolutely. Dawna, this is just fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing this moment with us. Where's the best way? So, if anybody wants to know more about you, how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. So if you're in the United States, the easiest way to get in touch with me is to type the word manifesting to 26786. So that's manifesting to 26786. But outside of the United States, because I know you're over in the UK, you'll
Yes.
just go to the website dawnacampbell.com. It has a contact form in there. My number's in there. It's the same number for WhatsApp. You can just message me, or you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Just type in my name. I should be able to come up.
Yeah. Yes, you are all over social media as well. So
Just type in my name.
you must be doing something right with the energy somewhere.
I do teach that.
Brilliant. Well, and the two of us, we kind of met in one of those virtual events as well, didn't we? So it was just fabulous just to be able to chat, get to know you a little bit more, and see how much alignment, that we can help everybody here. Donors just, can do anything that, with your inner energy and really kind of bring the best of you, right? Really bringing the best out of you. I read a quote from Gandhi, and it says, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." And I think that's really kind of resonated as well with me, and it just makes me feel like, yeah, let's just be that change. Let's share it. Let's just be that person we want to see in things. So thank you so, so much again. I really, really appreciate. If anybody's got any questions, and we've got some comments and we've got some likes and little love hearts coming up, which is beautiful. So thank you, everybody. Share this video, and go on our YouTube channels and then like it, and subscribe to. You doing some YouTube channels as well, don't you? Some videos. So just learn, discover, be asking questions. That's what we're here for. Thank you very much, everybody. Dawna, it was just amazing to see you. Bye.